Hey guys, Wade Willis here for Wade's Weeb Reviews, here to break down episode 18 of Higurashi Go. We got so much info in this, but really it did not answer many questions. This episode marked the start of the Satokowashi-Hen arc, which it is a pretty funny play on words because it actually means village destroying, but it's funny that we actually have Satoko's name in the arc. In this video, I'm gonna kind of break down what happened in the episode in the first part, and then I'm gonna go into theories and stuff like that. I'll let you guys know before I go into the theories part if you guys don't want that. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm covering the When They Cry series, like pretty in depth here. I have my Umineko playthrough, and then I have these reactions and review videos every single week. I'm going to have at least 3 Umineko videos, maybe more, every week, because I'm really enjoying that visual novel right now. So I'm trying to kind of go through that as much as possible so I can actually meet some of the witches coming up that I've seen everyone talking about in the comments. So this episode starts off with a scene with Takano being defeated. As I was watching, I was like, wow, this is, unless I'm remembering incorrectly, this is done a lot better than how it was done at the end of Kai. And a lot of you guys in my reaction video let me know that, yeah, this is closer to how it was in the visual novel, which to me, this was much more satisfying of an end to Takano, because at the end of Kai, it just seemed like it was like, I thought that it was just too abrupt and kind of strange. Overall, I love Kai, but I just thought that part was really strange to me, and I know a few of you also agree with me on that. So yeah, it starts off with a flashback. So all of the new people kind of really see what happened at the end of Kai and at least have an idea of a lot of the pieces that were missing. So, and then we have a flash forward 1 year from that point, and we see how the town has grown and developed since they destroyed Fate. And I really liked seeing the friends a year older. Particularly, like, I thought they aged Rika and Satoko like really well. Like, you noticed there were subtle differences. I believe they were a little taller, but their faces looked a little more mature and stuff. So I thought it was cool to see them a year older. I really liked that a lot. We notice that Mion has already graduated, she's gone, and just the whole vibe in the class is completely different without her running the club. And now Keiichi is kind of running it. The dynamic is completely different. He's putting in his own rules. He's making the club and the class his own. And the students really like Keiichi and Reina. And Satoko's really having issues like adjusting to this, and we see they play a game and he has all these new cards. She's not able to see like the marks and stuff and has a horrible time in this memory game, which I think is going to be very relevant possibly later on, and I'm going to get into that. So she loses the game, isn't able to set up her traps. Keiichi's talking about how there's not allowed to have cheating. Very different club now without Mion in there. And then we get like a huge bombshell that Satoko's Hinamizawa syndrome has been cured. Dr. Irie thought that it can never be cured, and it looks like it's actually been cured. And we find out that people throughout the town who are suffering from the syndrome, a similar thing has happened to them. So that is extremely significant. And Irie kind of asks Rika if there's like any reason why she thinks that happened. She tells him no, but then she comes to the realization in her own head that it's because of Hanyu, and she's grown to trust people again, essentially is what she's come to the realization of. With regard to, like, this is great news that Satoko gets. Her Hinamizawa syndrome's like gone. But she really cared about Irie. And with everyone's Hinamizawa syndrome being cured, I'm pretty sure he might end up leaving. That was like the main reason he was staying in town, was to kind of maintain that. He's like the head researcher. with that. If it's cured, the reason that he's really there may be gone. So Mion has already left. Irie may leave. And I believe Keiichi and Reina are a year older than Satoko, too. I could be wrong, though. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that. So they could be leaving soon as well. So you can see how Satoko could end up feeling very isolated and kind of abandoned by the friends that she's gone through so much with and that she loves dearly. And then at the festival, Rika gets the heads of the families to come on stage with her, and they tell everyone that the dam war is over and that everyone has been absolved, no matter what side they were on. Which, Rika doing this is huge for Satoko, because really, out of all the people, she was kind of ostracized the most. The town should move on from that. And, but yeah, I thought that was really amazing that Rika was able to do that. And then Rika tells everyone that essentially the curse is dead. There is no curse, because it looks like the Hinamizawa syndrome is gone. And even the old hag, like, kind of agrees with it, and they say, yeah, it's done, and we can kind of like move on. So people aren't stuck in the town, and people aren't kind of prevented from coming into the town. And she believes that this will kind of breathe a fresh wind into the town, which can be good. I don't necessarily agree that this will end up being a positive thing that I'll get into in a few minutes. And then lastly, we get the reveal that Rika is planning to try to go to St. Lucia, the boarding school, and wants Satoko to go to that school with her, and she wants to study with her. And we got a little teaser of this, I believe it was 2 episodes ago, the episode where, maybe it was 3, but where Rika dies like 5 million times, and you see like a little flash forward where she's in the library, and we see the back of someone's head with her, and it is Satoko, that is confirmed. And for me, I thought it was very interesting that Rika actually like invited Satoko to do this. And yeah, guys, from here on, I'm going to kind of speculate and go into like theories and stuff. Now, for me, the fact that Satoko, one, basically got the town to absolve Satoko and anyone else who was on the Hojo side of the dam, absolve them of all their sins, I guess, of going against the town. And we know that she ended up going to that academy. The fact that she also wanted Satoko to go with her and told her about the academy and was going to study with her is like another thing. Like, it's not like she's purposely leaving Satoko out of things. So for me, unless something like really crazy happens, like this next episode, where maybe Rika does something really horrible, Rika's done a lot for Satoko in this time period. Obviously before, she did a ton for Satoko, but it's not like she's trying to leave her behind. She's trying to help Satoko's life be better, and she wants to move forward with Satoko. If Satoko really did go mad, it's going to be hard for me to really even think that it's justified in any way, since Rika has been trying to help her. But that's just my opinion. And I kind of think that right now, the theories for why Satoko is the looper or what's happening in the series, the theories need to arch from 2 different like ideas. One is that Satoko like fails this entrance test. And we did get like a little teaser, could be a red herring, that she's not good with her memory, and maybe it's not going to be easy for her to pass this test. So she doesn't pass the test, Rika goes on without her, and Satoko has a resentment for her, all of this stuff. So that's like one part that things can branch out of. Now, I also thought it was significant that Rika did say that the curse was dead, and I could kind of see perhaps that maybe Hanyu is offended by this, and also offended that later on Rika just leaves the town and leaves Hanyu and Satoko there on their own. And with Rika saying that the curse is dead, one, that could be offensive to Hanyu, and two, a bunch of people could come in and totally change the town. Maybe they start developing it, and developing the town maybe loses the town's identity. And Hanyu could perhaps not like that, and maybe she teams up with Satoko, gives her the looping abilities, and they're trying to teach Rika a lesson, which isn't out of the realm of possibilities if you have watched Higurashi Rei, where Hanyu does try to teach Rika a lesson, and in my opinion, it's kind of petty and messed up. But that's just me. Now, the other idea, big idea that I think like people who theorize things could stem from is that Satoko like passes the test, and she goes to the school with Rika, and maybe Rika starts to either drift away from Satoko, making other friends. Maybe Satoko's just kind of separated from her. Maybe they have multiple classes for the same age group. Again, I don't know. This is just me speedballing here. Or maybe Satoko gets possessed by a witch while she's at that school, and that's where everything stems. Maybe the witch hates Rika. I don't know. Again, I have not finished Umineko. I have not met all of the witches from that. Hopefully I meet them soon. I'm almost done with chapter 1, so I think that's coming pretty soon. But that's another idea. And those of you that have read Umineko or watched the anime that everyone hates, you guys may be able to kind of go from there. I believe there is possession with the witches that can happen. So I think those are like the two main ideas where things can branch. If I'm wrong and you guys have some other ideas, but it's either going to be like Satoko gets possessed by a witch when she's outside of the town, probably, or she fails the test and is with Hanyu, teaming up to teach Rika a lesson for abandoning them. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I did like the episode. Again, like, not necessarily my favorite episode, but it was really cool to see kind of 1984, how things have changed in the town and how things have changed amongst the friends. Really interesting to see that. In the next episode, I think we're really going to get a good look of why Satoko turned into the Looper, or what happened to her to make her go down this path. Because right now, for me personally, I feel like something crazy has to happen, even more than failing the test. Because right now she's not justified, even if she fails the test and Rika moves away. Like, okay, try again the next year and try to pass the test. I don't know. That's just me, but let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below.